after having heard what you were saying, I can start being very clear. Denmark should never have voted for that the Council should appeal the latest ECJ judgment as they did in November 2021. Denmark should never have done that. We in Denmark, we should have done as it was done by our Swedish friends and voted against an appeal. That was the position of my party, the Red Green Alliance. We fought in the European Affairs Committee quite fiercely in order to prevent the appeal and the result. But we did that without any success, we have to admit. There was too many parties who, for one reason or another, came to the conclusion that there should be an appeal. And that even though that the minister at that time, the Minister of Foreign at that time, Minister of Foreign Affairs at that time, voted against the fishery agreement a few years earlier when he was a member of the European Parliament, and did that with the explanation that the Parliament's juridical services advise not to be in favor of that. But when he became a minister, he totally switched around, which shows that this has nothing to do with persons. This has not even something to do with persons' opinions. It has something to do with Denmark and a wrong attitude by Denmark to this problem. It also shows that the question is not simply a juridical question. It also has a very, very clear political dimension. You can put two questions. Are you for or are you against the Moroccan occupation of Western Sahara? And the other questions are you or are you not ready to take what it takes to comply with international law? I mean, that's a deeply political question. And unfortunately, a majority in the Danish parliament, in fact, accepted the occupation of Morocco of Western Sahara, and in fact accepted that we do not have to take what it takes to comply with international law. Because if the answer to these questions is that you would not accept the appeal, you would not accept the occupation, you would not accept not to comply with international law, then of course the logic from that is that you should not in any way accept what happened. You should at least give Polisario the final word in defining what is in the interest of the Sahrawi people. What can we do from here then? Firstly, of course, it's in our point of view a positive sign that the European Commission has stated that it is waiting for the appeal case before starting negotiations again on a new fishery agreement. I mean, anything would also have been totally ridiculous. They appeal. If they hadn't say, we don't wait for the appeal, but we start anyway to negotiate, I mean, that would have been total bankrupt. But they, and you have to accept, small progress. So it's fine that they accepted that they should wait doing the negotiations until we have this settlement. Hopefully, of course, we think that hope that the appeal once again will declare the former agreement unlawful. And when that happened, we should once and for all set that this agreement is dead. That's the only positive thing to say. That's the only, I mean, you cannot say anything else than that. But in our opinion, we should not wait for the judgment to act. We could act even before the judgment, because we act on behalf of several judgments already. As it is now, the agreement with Western Sahara, with Morocco on Western Sahara, is not lawful. So we have the laws on our side, so we don't have to wait. They have to wait, because they are acting against international law. We do not have to wait. And therefore, we think that the Danish government tomorrow should decide to totally exclude import to Denmark of goods from the occupied territories of Western Sahara, precisely as we have discussed regards the settlers of occupied Palestinian territories. Actually, we had a resolution in the Danish Parliament. Christian was drafting it, or one of the drafters. It was 2014 or something like that, which actually warned Danish companies to invest in Western Sahara. But now we can say, from a legal framework, don't import anything from Western Sahara, don't invest there. And our member of the European Parliament in the Red Green Alliance, Nikolaj Villumsen, has exactly put that proposal forward in a question to the Commission right now. So we are working for that in the Danish Parliament, and we're working for that in the European Parliament. Why? Because we should not allow the Moroccan settlers and the Moroccan governments to make profit of plundering Western Sahara of its natural resources. That's as simple as that. It's not a very complicated case. It's very simple. It has to be stopped. So that's our position. I hope it can satisfy you a little bit about our position. Unfortunately, I cannot ensure you that it's the Danish position, but together perhaps we can change things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Søren.